My name is Jack, and I'm a 26-year-old immigration consult. I used to work in the food service industry, and that was when I learned about this profession. Back then, I was just working part-time because I had been a freelancer since graduating from high school. Despite attending a college preparatory high school, I couldn't go to college, and there was no help in finding a job either. My high school was one of the most prestigious in the county, so everyone expected to go to college. Neither the teachers nor my classmates thought about going straight to work. For this reason, there was no proper job placement assistance like you would find in high schools offer vocational courses or CTE programs. There's a reason why I was a freelancer right out of high school. My dad fell when I was in my junior year, and he had to quit his job. So, my mom was desperately working multiple part-time jobs to pay the mortgage, but it was just enough to get by. Under these circumstances, I couldn't possibly ask to be sent to college. If I were to go, it would mean either taking out student loans or working part-time to pay for tuition. I didn't like the idea of taking out student loans, so I considered working before going to college. But as I got used to freelancing, college seemed less and less important. There's no guarantee of getting a job even with a college degree, so I decided to make it with just a high school diploma. That's when I became acquainted with Mr. Johnson, who operates an immigration consultancy firm, sparking my interest in this profession. As I listened to his stories, I gradually started wanting to become an immigration consultant. We had foreign national staff at our shop, which is why he might have some business due to visa requirements. My second language skills only go as far as high school, so I struggled quite a bit while dealing with foreign national clients. Initially, I studied Spanish on my own, buying textbooks from bookstores, but frankly, it was all very confusing. I was hopelessly bad at listening skills. Realizing this approach wasn't working, I started online learning. I worked extended shifts at the restaurant and then would head home to take online courses. Even when I was so tired I felt like I was losing my mind, I buckled down and studied. All that effort paid off, and I achieved the highest score in the Spanish language proficiency exam the following year. However, being able to speak Spanish didn't immediately qualify me to start working as a consultant. There's a sort of apprenticeship period, so I sent my resume to every consultancy firm I could find on the web. The one that hired me is my current office. It's a large office with financial professionals and professional paralegals. If something is not within our area of expertise, we pass it on to someone else. Sometimes, the professional paralegals refer clients to law firms. In this profession, having a good network is important, but with the office being large, it comes with its fair share of business. Actually, it's more accurate to say it's really busy. Even though people say these days that you can't make a living as an immigration consultant, it doesn't seem like the work is decreasing at all. There are many foreigners in my area, so there's a constant flow of clients for visa issues and naturalization applications. Moreover, a case of adoption of a child from another country is tough. We have to be keen on the authenticity of documents. There are cases where I must use my authority to conduct searches in public records databases. Seeing families giving up their child due to poverty so many times can be really draining, and there were times when I thought about quitting. Still, I guess I was kept going by the thank yous from clients. Hey there, oh my, what's this place? What do you mean? It's my house. No, I mean, isn't it too messy? How can you live like this? You might get pests, you know. Stop it, I really can handle cockroaches. I went to Thailand for work the other day, and there were these huge cockroaches. Stop. I hate bugs. Well, if you don't clean up, you won't be able to invite a girlfriend over, huh? But you're too busy for that, right? I do want a girlfriend, but I'm too exhausted from work and have no time for dating parties or group dates. What, really? You should get married soon. Would you stop it? My sister Emily is a year younger than me and works as a flight attendant. Unlike me, she had always excelled academically. She got into college on a scholarship, being granted a full scholarship. Moreover, being quite pretty and skilled in languages, she became a flight attendant on international routes. Lately, she's been flying mainly to Southeast Asia and East Asia. Especially, Emily seems hooked on Korean and Japanese cosmetics, so she goes shopping for them, dragging her tired self around. every time she works there. Even though Emily doesn't have a boyfriend, she sure acts all high and mighty. But I guess she's just worried about my future. After all, I was living a life where I hardly ate properly and just went home to sleep. You might wonder if immigration consultants would attend dinner meetings. Yes, it's kind of like that. I've hosted casual gatherings for lawyers from other offices with whom we have good relations. It might not be like what regular salespeople do, but I did go out for drinks quite often. Mr. Anderson, a seasoned lawyer who appreciated my company, commended my social skills. His approval was so gratifying that I became carried away and continued drinking excessively. Then I'd get home by taxi around 1:30 a.m. and fall asleep immediately. That's why my room looks like it's been ransacked. Drawers are half open. Clothes are strewn all over the floor. Plus, the kitchen sink is piled with empty instant noodle containers from who knows when. Even I'm appalled by how unsanitary and dirty it is. Emily even said it might be better than some slums. Hey, if you're that busy, why don't you hire a housekeeper? A housekeeper? I'm often away from home too, right? My place doesn't get messy, but I worry about dust in the bathroom, so I've hired help. I use a spot service for either 2 or 6 hours, so it's not every day. Oh, it doesn't have to be daily. Huh? In places like the Philippines, some households hire maids to come only twice a week. I have a classmate whose husband was transferred there, and they have someone come only on weekends. I've heard that this type of service is becoming popular in Japan as well. If you use it only a few times a week, you pay per visit, so it doesn't become too expensive. Yeah, I guess daily would be costly, and it's not like the dirt piles up in one day. Maybe twice or 3 times a week would be good. You should check out this Smile housekeeping service. They're cheaper than others but still do thorough work. They only send cleaners with janitorial experience or those trained by professionals. There are even qualifications like that. Huh, that's interesting. I'll look into it later. Okay, see you. Don't forget to eat the souvenir. Yeah. Emily diligently buys souvenirs every time she flies. I thought she'd be bored of going abroad so often for work, but no matter how tired she is, she always seems to enjoy finding hidden gems as a hobby. And she always brings back delicious souvenirs, which I secretly look forward to. Emily also lives alone in an apartment, and apparently, dust accumulates on the furniture when she's away. So, she's been using that Smile housekeeping service she showed me on her smartphone. After Emily left, I ate the durian chips she brought back from Thailand. They had a strange smell, but were sweet and tasty. I often received various dried fruits and candies from her, so I never lacked for snacks. $85 for 1 bedroom and 1 bathroom. $60 for one-time visit cost. Seems like there's a bit of a discount. Is this cheap? Maybe I should compare with other companies. I decided to compare with other companies. It turned out the others were more expensive, so Smile housekeeping service really had unbeatable prices. Plus, having someone with cleaning qualifications would be really helpful. However, the company dispatches the staff, so I couldn't choose who would come. Since they have a limited number of staff, it seemed like they send whoever is available. Since I had the day off, I filled out and submitted the application form for Smile housekeeping service while lounging around. It was convenient to apply via smartphone, and all I had to do was give instructions to the housekeeper on the scheduled day. For a trial, I decided to have them come twice a week, on Wednesday and Friday. I wanted to relax and watch movies alone on the weekends, so weekdays seemed better. I had to be back by 8 p.m. on Wednesday to meet with the housekeeper. So, I rushed for my work that day. After preparing documents for submission to immigration by 5 p.m., I raced back to the office on my bike. As soon as I returned, I tackled a work permit application and a student visa application. I hurried home and arrived at 7:55 p.m. Since my apartment building doesn't have an auto lock feature, the housekeeper was waiting in front of my room. I was impressed that she arrived a bit early. Sorry for the rush. I'm Jack. Good evening. No problem. The housekeeper turned around to face me, because she had been facing the opposite direction. As I stared at her face, I was surprised, because she was Amanda, my high school classmate for 3 years. In high school days, Amanda seemed to dislike me for some reason. I doubt it was because she came from a very wealthy family. She probably looked down on me after my family became financially unstable. And when she found out I couldn't go to college despite being at a preparatory high school, she said things like, "Jack, you're intelligent, but can't go to college because your family is poor. How pitiful. Just bad luck. But if you really wanted to go to college, you could have aimed for a scholarship. I guess you're not that smart, huh? Is your sister better academically than you, right? It's so pathetic to want a job instead of going to college. Why do you even say such things? It's none of your business, Amanda." "Oh, it is my business. You're struggling even to pay high school fees, right? You don't need to force yourself to go to a private school. You should just drop out of high school. I'm not that poor. It's none of your concern. I'm working part-time and managing somehow." "Oh, right. I heard you got permission from a teacher for your part-time job. Our school is a private prep school. Normally no part-time jobs allowed. But even if you're an achiever, you can't compete in exams if you're working part-time. How miserable and pathetic poverty is. I must work hard not to end up like that." Amanda and I had similar grades. I was usually third or fourth in the class, and our ranks often switched. We were among the smarter students in school, and she would go on about how sad and pitiful it was that I couldn't go to college. But why was Amanda working as a housekeeper? She supposedly went to a famous women's college. I remember her being happy about getting into Wellesley College, a prestigious school with a high standard. I think she was in the English literature department. I thought someone with an English literature degree would typically work in a publishing house or in education, so it was surprising. I don't mean to stereotype, but I assumed housekeepers were usually older women who had finished raising their kids and utilized their homemaking skills. Amanda didn't seem married. She wasn't wearing a ring. I thought maybe she took it off for work, but it seemed more like she wasn't married at all. Also, recently, many skilled housekeepers from the Philippines have been working in abroad. Amanda said, Filipino maids often don't have much education and come to work to send money back to their families in their home country. It's not a bad thing to lack education. After all, I only graduated high school myself. I'm not looking down on housekeeping work, but I thought there must be some reason she was doing this kind of job. Perhaps she struggled with job hunting and then decided to acquire professional skills related to cleaning and janitorial services. But that seemed unlikely. Amanda's locker was always messy, not what you'd expect from a girl. Even though makeup was banned at school, she crammed her locker with a hair iron and makeup. Far from being neat freak, I thought there must be some unspoken reasons, so I didn't pursue the topic further. Having a rich, beautiful former classmate who disliked me doing housekeeping was perplexing enough. "Nice to meet you. I'm Amanda. I guess you remember me." Yes. Nice to see you. It's weird to meet here, but please come in. Today's just for introductions and explaining what I need done. Sorry for the late hour." "No, it's fine." "Then please, come inside." I invited Amanda in. She put on an apron and looked around the house. "It's quite messy, isn't it?" "Yeah, I've been so busy with work that it turned into a garbage heap." "So, what exactly do you want me to do?" "Well, I eat poorly, so I'd like you to make some meals for me, things that can last a few days in the fridge. Also, cleaning the bathroom, toilet, and bed making." "Understood. I'll focus on those areas then." Amanda was taking notes. She used to wear contact lenses in high school, but now she was wearing glasses. The serious look in her eyes behind those glasses made me feel a bit nervous. Indeed, Amanda was very beautiful, just as she was back then. Although she was mean and unbearable before, now she seemed earnest in her work. "You can leave for today. Here's the spare key for Friday. I usually leave by 7:30 a.m. on weekdays and come back around 7, but lately I've been busy and sometimes return as late as 10 p.m. So, if you could finish by then, that'd be great. Oh, and please take breaks as you need. 2 hours is a long time and can be tiring. Feel free to have any drinks at home." "No, but that's. I'll probably ask for the 6-hour-long course later, so don't worry about it. Consider it a small token of appreciation. I'll prepare some refreshments for you." "Thank you." I initially planned to ask for the 2-hour spa service for the first 2 weeks. If that went well, I intended to request the 6-hour service on Wednesdays and Fridays. I didn't think much could be done in 2 hours, but Amanda seemed efficient. When I returned home on Friday night, the house was clean. Although everything couldn't be done in just 2 hours, the transformation from extremely dirty to normal was noticeable. After 2 weeks, I was pleased with Amanda's work, so I decided to request the 6-hour-long service on both Wednesday and Friday. This would allow her to tackle more housework, which seemed like a good plan. I'm really good at making a mess, so even though Amanda cleans up, it quickly gets dirty again. But gradually, as she's been working hard at cleaning, I've also started trying to be more mindful about not messing up. On Wednesday, Amanda seemed to have come in right after I left for work using her key. She was supposed to leave before I got back. My work hours are at least 8 hours, but often longer. That Wednesday night, after overtime and a company drinking party, I didn't get home until midnight. I was completely exhausted. When I opened the door and went inside, I found Amanda asleep with her head down on the dining table. Amanda. Oh, I'm so sorry. I dozed off and fell asleep. It's okay, you must be tired. I'm really sorry. Please, let me know if there's anything you need. Amanda apologized and took off her apron, her face turning red. Wait, hold on. Is this one of those no-no situations? What is she implying? I panicked, but it seemed Amanda didn't mean it for other purposes. I must have misunderstood because I'm an idiot. Then, please stay over for the night. See, it's so late. Even taking a taxi alone isn't safe, right? Amanda, if you're still living with your parents, it must take a while to get here, doesn't it? Yes. It takes me 45 minutes one way. Then, the taxi fare would be quite a bit. This is a 2-bedroom apartment, and one room isn't used much. But I couldn't impose like that. My sister Emily occasionally stays over, so I have some of her clothes here. You can sleep in those. Oh, okay. My sister Emily leaves some of her clothes at my place for times when she's too lazy to go home. So, at first glance, it might look like a guy's room where a girl stays over, and my neighbors initially thought I was bringing a girlfriend home. But when they found out it was my sister, they commented on how we look somewhat alike. I handed Amanda Emily's clothes and showed her to the other bedroom, which Amanda had tidied up, so it wasn't in its usual storeroom state. I laid out bedding there for her to sleep on. That bedding is also occasionally used by Emily. Thank you so much. No problem. It's dangerous for a woman to go home at this hour. But you're not uncomfortable being here with someone like me. No, not at all. Then good night. And in the morning, I woke up to a nice smell. Amanda had gotten up early and was cooking something for me. When I went to the kitchen, Amanda had prepared my lunch. I remembered my lunch bags, tucked away in the back of the cupboard. I had brought it from my high school days and kept it in my current house. Oh, good morning. Good morning. This is your lunch. I hope you like it. It's a thank you for letting me stay over. Thank you. I've never seen such a vibrant lunch before. And the breakfast looks like something from a ski lodge. Well, I've become good at cooking. Amanda, may I ask why you're doing this job? You don't have to answer if you don't want to. Actually, there's a reason. Would you like to hear it? Yes. My father passed away when I was in my second year of college. He was seriously ill. We thought he had left a substantial inheritance, but it turned out he had more debts. What? My mother and I tried our best, but she became mentally ill, and since then, she has been in and out of the hospital. Did you know I have a younger sister? You mean Sarah? Yes. Sarah is 5 years younger, so I quit college to work and support her education. I learned about Smile Housekeeping Service offering free training courses before start working, so I registered there. I also could learn cooking at a partnered cooking school, so that's why I can cook quite well. I see, that must have been tough. I'm sorry for the terrible things I said to you in high school. I didn't realize how life could change so drastically when a parent gets sick or passes away. I was a spoiled girl. I've learned how harsh the world can be. But now, you're doing a great job as a housekeeper. Be proud of that. And about high school, I'm not angry anymore. It's in the past. No, I was foolish. I couldn't even imagine the pain of others. I regret how I acted. But actually, in my heart, I always saw you as a rival. I purposely acted mean to you, Jack, because I saw you as a rival. Remember, our grades were pretty similar, right? I was determined not to lose to you. At the same time, you were someone I cared about. Does that mean? Are you making me say it? I had crush on you. Amanda's face was red. She had always been prickly towards me and made mean comments, so I thought she just disliked me. But it turns out she saw me as a rival and liked me at the same time. I'd never been loved by a woman other than family, so realizing Amanda had feelings for me made me happy. I was overcome with an indescribable feeling, restless and excited. Lately, I had been unable to see Amanda as just a housekeeper. I like you too, Amanda. What? Can we talk informally like we used to? I know we've been using formal language because of work. Okay, I got it. Amanda, ever since you started coming over, my life's become more enjoyable. You always make amazing meals and clean up my messes. I never thought coming home could feel this good. It's all thanks to you, thank you. Really, to be appreciated that much is the ultimate reward for a housekeeper. Hey, I think I'll finish work early today. I don't have any complicated cases, so if you're free, could you meet me at the Moonbucks Coffee near the station at 7 p.m.? I'll make sure to finish work on time. Oh, Moonbucks, okay, I'll be there. Promise me, then. I ate the breakfast Amanda made and left the house with her. Amanda had a 2-hour job at another house from 3 to 5 p.m. that day. I was filled with a desire to do something for her and felt a strong need to express my honest feelings. If I didn't face her properly now, I might regret it forever. My life had been a series of I should have done this or I could have done that. Even in my work, I'm still inexperienced and often unsure if I'm truly helping my clients. I decided I needed to convey my feelings to Amanda. That day, I managed to finish my work by 6:30 p.m., striving to make it to the cafe by 7 p.m. It takes 20 minutes from my workplace to the Moonbucks near the station, so finishing at 6:30 p.m. would give me enough time. I ended my work on time and walked to the station. Amanda was there, waiting outside with a coffee in hand. Hey, good job today. You too. How was work? It went smoothly today. I'm getting used to this job. That's good to hear. I want to take you somewhere. Where? Just follow me, please. I hailed a taxi parked at the station and headed to a restaurant I had reserved earlier that day. It was a popular place, and I was worried about getting a reservation during my lunch break, but luckily they had a spot. It wasn't a high-end restaurant, but the prices were decent. I wasn't sure if Amanda, who was raised in a wealthy family, would like it, but she lit up as we entered. Wow, what a lovely restaurant. But you don't have to treat me here. I feel bad enjoying such a place. I really wanted to invite you, Amanda. But just relax, let's take a seat. Okay. As we sat down, a course meal was served. It was a somewhat casual French restaurant, but Amanda looked genuinely delighted. I decided to give her the present I had quickly bought. I'm not sure if you'll like it. I bought it in a hurry. What's this? Just open it, please. All right, I'll open it. I had rushed to a department store during my lunch break and bought a scarf in a color that would suit Amanda. She said she didn't dress up anymore, but being beautiful, I thought she would look great with this scarf. Amanda carefully put the scarf back in the box, looking almost teary. This is how I feel. Ms. Amanda, can I just call you Amanda? Yes, of course. I can't just think of you as a housekeeper anymore. I want us to be together. Would you wear this scarf when we go on a date? Thinking about you, my heart feels tight. Mr. Jack. Just Jack is fine. Then, Jack, I had no idea you felt that way about me. I want to be with you, Amanda. So please, will you go out with me? I wanted to confess in a beautiful place, so I brought you here. I'm so happy to hear that. You're such a romantic, Jack. And you must have rushed to buy this, right? But it's beautiful and very cute. Wasn't it expensive? This is a brand name scarf. I just knew it would suit you. And I don't know many brands. My sister Emily often uses cosmetics from this brand, so that's all I remembered. Well, I have to thank Emily then. Because of her, I got such a nice gift. Amanda smiled brightly. Looking at her smile made me feel so peaceful. I used to think of her as mean and unpleasant, but now she's hardworking, modest, and exactly my type. I guess the real Amanda was always a good person. Amanda and I started dating seriously. For her birthday, I gave her an engagement ring. with diamonds all around it. She put it on her left hand, looked at it, and then started crying. I never thought someone would propose marriage to me. I thought I'd live my life as a dispatch housekeeper, unloved and alone. That's not true. I'm always thinking of you, Amanda. Thank you. From now on, you're not just a housekeeper, but my dear wife. You can stay home if you want, or work if you prefer. I won't hold you back. Do whatever you like. Thank you. I wasn't very enthusiastic about housekeeping at first. It sounds bad, but I had prejudices. However, now I'm very positive about it. Attending training and seminars has been educational, and making clients happy is so rewarding. I plan to keep working for my repeat clients, as long as it doesn't interfere with our home life. Amanda, if you find fulfillment in your work, that's what matters most. You should continue. Seeing you passionate and lively gives me energy too. I'm grateful for that. If Jack says that, I feel even more motivated to improve my housekeeping skills. Then, I'll try to help out by cooking on weekends. I'm pretty good at making things like pot roast and curry. Oh, I'm looking forward to that. But make sure you clean up the kitchen properly afterward, okay? I'll teach you how. After all, I'm a pro. Wow, Amanda's teaching sounds strict. Of course, I've been doing this for years. We eventually got married. Amanda's mother, who made a recovery, attended our wedding as well, and I was happy to see Amanda's sister, Sarah, there too. My sister, Emily, had become quite attached to Amanda. She always wanted a big sister, and it seems like she's got a good one now. I'm home. Brought some souvenirs today. It's not I'm home. This is my house. Oh, come on. It's fine. Right, dear? Well, yeah, but... Hey, Amanda. I was on a flight to Taiwan recently. I've traveled there, but it was my first time for work. I brought back some face sheet masks. Wow, you brought a lot. There for sharing. Plus, I've got famous jasmine tea and pineapple cake. Thank you. These are delicious. Right now, I'm incredibly happy. If we have kids, life will be even more joyful. I'm determined to do my best as a husband and not to be a burden to Amanda.